Hi, I'm Dolores Wilk, and I'm a member of Christ Episcopal Church in Little Rock.
I'm Chuck Client.
I'm Jay Barth.
My name is Kate Alexander, and I am the rector at Christ Episcopal Church. I would encourage someone to visit Christ Church and try it out. I think we are a very loving community. We are a little bit funky, a little eclectic, and overall a very reverent community here in downtown Little Rock.
Pride is being able to be yourself.
Pride to me means celebrating the person God created you to be, whatever that looks like. And sexuality is one important piece of that. I do believe God created us with a diversity of ways of being fully human, including different expressions of sexuality and gender. And so pride is about celebrating the way God created us to be.
I mean, several things. I mean, I'm somebody who's studied and done research on the LGBTQ movement. It is a crucial event in terms of just understanding the movement and those who, paid dearly for who they were and who they loved, and then fought back, and the empowerment that comes with standing up for oneself and one's community.
So one of the things I really love about Christ Church is I have found a community of people who struggle with difficult questions of how we ought to live, and who struggle together.
As a gay man myself, I've always felt welcome and at home there by really people of various backgrounds and probably political beliefs. I've just always felt accepted. For me, it was a good place when there was a part in me that was kind of hurting and searching for kind of spiritual comfort. I just found the community that kind of did some of that for me.
I will say that spirituality is a very personal journey, and Christ Church works with you and accepts you where you are at in that journey. They've been very supportive of me in my personal journey, and I am so thankful that I can go to services each week, and throughout the week they're a huge resource.
At no point has anything ever been kind of cheap or pandering. It's been much more thoughtful and kind of intellectually challenging, and it's an important part of positive force that I've seen.
So one of my favorite jobs as a priest is officiating at weddings. And at Christ Church, we have been having weddings here in the corner of Capitol and Scott since 1839. It is an incredible joy to stand with a couple as they take their vows to one another and before God. It's an incredible honor, and I'm thrilled that the church has finally done the hard work it needed to do in order to broaden its understanding that that sacrament should be available to all couples.
And at that time, in 2012, marriage wasn't legal yet in Arkansas. And so we discussed with Scott, who was the rector at the time. I looked in the Book of Common Prayer and I saw, wow, here's a blessing of a civil marriage. So we'd had a civil marriage through the clerk of New York City, I guess, up there. And so we talked to Scott about blessing that marriage through a ceremony at Christ Church. So we had a ceremony that looked like a wedding, and it had communion and everything like that. But it was actually a blessing of our marriage that had taken place a month before. Christ Church as a community is always evolving, and it welcomes that change, and it looks for ways that I think you said, like, to be intentional and to lean into the work of Jesus here on earth.
Christ Church has been participating in Central Arkansas Pride for a number of years with the group Integrity, and it has been really powerful for me to walk in the parade with fellow Episcopalians and to see folks on the sidewalks cheering as religious organizations walk by. It reminds me of how often churches have turned people away, and it's quite moving to me to remind people that our doors are open to them as well. This year we are celebrating Pride with a particular memory in mind of the Reverend Joyce Hardy, who served as a deacon here at Christ Church for many years and throughout the Diocese of Arkansas.
What brought me to Christ Church was I was looking for a spiritual home, and through Pride I was able to meet Reverend Joyce Hardy, and with speaking with her I was informed about how at Christ Episcopal all are welcomed, accepted, and loved.
She was tireless in her fight for justice and inclusion, and she really led the way for us to continue that fight in her honor.
She firmly believed that, and one of her mottos was, "Don't keep calm, go change the world." And how do we do that? By action, acceptance, and love. And that's what the Episcopal Church is about.